Hey people, so I am super happy to come back to you to review the reading BET Plus. So I had heard a little bit of the controversy that had happened with Sherry Shepherd reviewing the reading and also Kim Whitley. All right, so I decided to review the reading after I had heard all the controversy. I was like, well, let me watch this movie. I went to the barbershop and it was so funny because the people in the barbershop were talking about the movie. So the reading starts off with Monique coming into the home. And you see that Monique is actually a producer on this. Lee Daniels is one of the producers also, Monique and her husband. But Monique is coming into a home. She is a woman who is married, has 2 kids, like a 5-year-old boy, like a teenage daughter. Her husband, they are in a multiracial relationship. So she comes home. She sees the family. She meets them at the door. I thought this one part was very interesting, y'all. If you watch this, it is the driest and worst part of all of the acting in the movie. Let's just be honest. So they come in, Monique stops at the door, and it's basically just a swivel of them for like 5 minutes. So the daughter comes up and gives her a hug, and it's like kind of bland. The little boy is actually believable. He comes down, gives her a hug. It's cute, you know. And then the husband comes up. It ain't no kiss to her husband. You know, Monique ain't finna kiss that man. It's none of that shit. It's like, oh, and I love him. It is the corniest thing I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not being overly critical. It is just super corny. Like, I'm watching this and I'm like, Monique, come on now. Like, what were y'all doing? They should have did this a few times and got the best take and all of those things, because when I watch it, I'm not gonna lie, I was thrown off because I was like, there's very much a disconnect. But we keep going. Monique is there. She's in the house. She decides to cook. The kids are upstairs. One is taking a bath, the 5-year-old. The other one is watching on her phone. The husband is in his office working, all of those things. And then you see like 5 people come into the house. Okay, this is a spoiler alert. Let me just say it. So 5 people come into the house. They come into the house and they just start going on a rampage, you know. And a lot of things happen. Monique is looking like Celie from, you know, not even Celie, Miss Sophia from The Color Purple when it finishes. She crawled on the floor. They cut a finger off. It is craziness that happens in this house. So you fast forward to 2 years later and Monique has survived, but no one else did. Monique, when she survives, not laughing, y'all, but Monique has this dialect or impediment, speech impediment. But it doesn't feel consistent. I have a problem with the consistency of this, but it's okay. So Monique has done a book about her experiences. And then we flash to see another young lady who is psychic. She is psychic and she has a company with, looks like her boyfriend and some of her friends, where they do these readings, but they kind of scam people. Like, they'll get some money from them and then they'll get more money once they do the reading, and she connects with the person because she tells them the person says give her more money. But the woman has a gift. That part is not a question. She has a gift. So the young girl has a gift and she's kind of torn because she's like, these things are getting way too close. And if they connect with you, they take over you and all of that. But she has her own situation. She's in college. Her mom is not working. She's trying to help support her mom and the bills that they have. She has college tuition, all of that. So she wants to get out, but the boyfriend is like, we need this money. We can make a win on this. So just when she wants to get out, they have the opportunity to work with Monique, who is actually, you know, going to be doing a PR run for her book, and the publicist, which is her sister-in-law, I'm guessing, wants them to come pay them $20,000 to do this reading. She's ready to say no, but she does it because she's like, we can do this, and they feel they can get a lot more money and get out of it. So she goes to do the reading. Everything seems like it's going to be cool. Monique is coming. The girl walks through the house. She's able to see all of this. And see like the family, how they lived and, you know, all of these type of things. So she sits down to do the reading, and this reading is a little bit different than other. They have her hooked up to heart monitors and stuff because they try to follow her. They try to monitor her while she's, you know, in this world, this other world, because it can be, you know, like if they can't snap her out or bring her back, like it could be damaging to her. So she's doing this reading for Monique, and she's giving them some insight, and that it's definitely details that you wouldn't know. Well, the publicist slash sister-in-law says she told them these details because it freaks Monique out. Because the girl kind of goes into a moment and it freaks Monique out. When she starts channeling the family, she's saying stuff and Monique is like, y'all are playing games with me. Like, what is happening? So Monique comes and says, you know, again, the girl does it, like she goes into it and she starts talking and saying things that truly you definitely know and nobody told her. So the sister had said, I told her those things to get Monique to come back and sit down. And she's like, y'all quit playing with me. But then when the girl goes again, it's like her body becomes possessed with the family. She starts talking like the little boy. She starts having a conversation like the husband. Her skin becomes like a different texture. The daughter, you know, she's reading her text messages from that night. The song that her and the daughter and Monique would say, the lady starts to say. Water comes out of her mouth because the little boy was in the bathtub when he was drowned. And it becomes very, very real at that moment. So when that happens, Monique is like, I'm done with this. We're not doing this anymore, okay? Monique gets up from the table because Monique is like, we're not doing this. No. So Monique is like going to the TV. When she goes to the TV, she's like locking the doors. So they're all like, what is going on? Why is this woman locking the doors? What in the hell is going on? Monique comes back, limp, speech impediment, and all gone. So everybody like, oh, hell no, what is happening? That's when you find out that Monique says to the young lady, tell them why they can't leave. And the young lady says, because she killed her family. So when she starts channeling the family, she finds out and sees that Monique is the person who killed them. So it starts this whole terror of what happens in the house, to not give away everything, but a lot happens in the house at this point. That's when, to me, the movie becomes a little bit comedic because Monique begins acting like Monique. Like, Monique is like Monique at this point. She is over the top and it's very comedic, but still a terror. You know, I think it's a good balance. So overall, I think the movie had good parts. It had good parts. I think the idea, the premise, you know, some of, you know, the acting and stuff that was happening was good. But it's not a movie like I just gotta see again. Like, oh my God, this movie was just that great. But it was a good movie. If you need something to do, I would suggest watching the movie, you know, when you're sitting at home, get you some popcorn. That's what I did. And just watch the movie. Not a bad movie. I think it was cool for her and Lee Daniels to connect back together to do this movie. And I think it, you know, has the potential to just kind of get people talking because it got me talking for a second, if anything. So again, this has been my review of The Reading, featuring Monique and produced by Monique and Lee Daniels. And so I know it has some spoilers in it. I didn't tell everything that happens, but I did tell a lot of spoilers. So I'm sorry if you're watching this in a spoiler alert, but thank you so much again for watching. Thank you so much for coming back to Unapologetically. And thank you so much just for being you. Until another episode of Unapologetically. Holler at you. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and also the shirt that I have on, if Unbothered was a person, grab that shirt. The link and all are gonna be below.